Welcome to Lothar's Guitar School from my vacation home on the Canary Islands with a tutorial on analysis and hints on improvisation of All of Me. And let me play a few bars first. And now for the analysis. All of Me is in the key of C. And as usual, I first look for dominant progressions 5-1 or 2-5-1s. So we see that we start in the key of C, and here this E7 is a dominant function going to the A7. We always indicate that with an arrow. The A7 is the dominant of the D minor, so that's another dominant function. Again here the E7 goes to the A minor, and that is a 2-5-1. That's a real 2-5-1 going to C major, and actually this D7 would go to this G7. Now let's look at the chords and their scales. This is the 1 major 7 chord, and we play Ionian, the regular C major scale. The E7 is the 3-7, or we could also call it the 5-7 of the 6 chord. And usually it goes to minor, so we would always play harmonic minor on the 5th degree, which is harmonic minor from A minor. I try to think of it as being the 3rd degree of the C major, which would be Phrygian, which would then be a minor scale, and I just add the G sharp to it. So I think Phrygian plus the major 3rd, which ends up being the same as the harmonic minor scale on the 5th degree with an additional sharp 9. So, and when you have a flat 9, you can always play also the sharp 9. And of course, having a dominant, you can always also play altered. Altered goes well with progressions to minor or to major. So that would be if it's altered, it would be the F melodic minor scale. A7 is the 6-7 chord. Yeah, if we look at the C major. Or we could look at it as being the 5-7 of the 2 chord. Which it actually is, that's a 2 chord. And the scale that fits here is again the harmonic minor 5 of the 5th degree, because it's from D harmonic minor. Because we have the B flat in here, that's pretty obvious. Usually, if we come in a 6-7 chord that doesn't have the flat 9 in it, it has the natural 9 in it, because coming from C major. In this case, it has it, so it makes sense to play the harmonic minor 5 of the 5th degree. D minor is a 2 minor, and I would interpret it as a 2 minor 7. Of course, you could think, oh, let me play D melodic minor, but I would just play the 2nd degree of C major Dorian. But as an option, of course, you could play D melodic minor. If you feel like it, it's possible. The E7 here is again the same as above. That's the 3-7, or looking at it as being a 5-7 chord of the 6. We play harmonic minor of the 5, or Phrygian plus the major 3rd, or even play altered, which is the 7th degree of F melodic minor. And here we really go to the A minor, which is the 6th minor chord, and I would again play it as the 7, as 6th degree of C major, the Aeolian scale. Then we have the D7 here, which is the 5 of the 5. That is the 5-7 of 5. And on the 2nd degree we have Dorian. If we raise the minor 3rd to the major 3rd, we end up with a Mixolydian scale, which actually then would be coming from the G major scale. And that's the standard 2-5-1 Dorian, Mixolydian, going to 1. And of course you always have also the option here to play altered, which would mean we play A flat melodic minor, 7th degree of A flat. We have the altered scale. And now let's look at the B section. The B section starts the same way as the A section for the first 8 bars. Same thing. We just look at the second 8 bars. Again, where do we have 2 5s? This is a 2-5. 1. And this is a 2-5-1. And actually, if you look at the end, at the turnaround there, that's also a 2-5. We are in the key of C, so the F is the 4 major chord, which is just the Lydian scale, the 4th degree in C major. The F minor, or I usually play here an F minor 6 chord, is the 4 minor 7 chord, or 4 minor 6 chord, which then asks for F melodic minor. But since it doesn't say 6, we could also play the F minor 7, then we would play Dorian, which would come from the E flat. That's also an option. This is again our 1 major 7 chord. Sometimes you don't even go to the C, you go directly to the E minor, because C and E minor are related to each other. The E minor 7 is nothing but an upper structure of the C major. E, G, B, D. It's just a C major 7 9 chord. 3 minor 7. So, though we are here in a 2/5 progression, which usually calls for Dorian, Mixolydian, this is Phrygian because we come from here, from the C major. The A7 is interesting. This is the 5/7 of the 2 chord, which we had before going to minor and had a flat 9 in it. Here it has the natural 9 in it, so we use a different scale if we want to stay true to the melody. Then this would be actually a Mixolydian, and since it is on the 6th degree of C major, it would be the flat 13 in it. And that is actually coming from D melodic minor. So not that far off, because we're going to D minor 7 here. This is the 2 minor 7 chord. And that has Dorian, of course. So this is a special application for this scale. You would play D melodic minor, but quite frankly, in improvisation, you can use any of the ones that I showed before. The harmonic minor of the 5th degree, you can play a altered scale, that's also possible. And but staying true to the melody, the B and the melody, then you would play the 5th degree of the D melodic minor scale. And here we go to Mixolydian, or of course always altered if you want to, which is then A flat melodic minor. And here we go to Ionian. E flat diminished as the flat 3 diminished 7th course. We play a whole tone, half tone scale. And here again, Dorian, Mixolydian, 2 minor 7, 5/7. So that's a pretty straightforward analysis of all of me. And now let's look at it, how we apply this to improvisation. The first chord is a C major 7. And you could play C Ionian, just the C major scale. Or you could play an arpeggio. Or anything in between, like an arpeggio going down with diatonic passing notes. Or an arpeggio going down with chromatic passing tone. Anything is possible as long as you outline the chord. That's why it is so important to know the arpeggios. The scale gives you the tensions, the notes in between that are used in general, that fit. But you can also use anything in between. And one of the beauties of all of me is that you have 2 bars per chord. It lasts for 2 bars, so you have plenty of time to think about it, what you're going to play. The second chord is the E7. And that is the 3/7 chord, the dominant 7 chord on the 3rd degree of C major. You'd usually play the harmonic minor scale of the 5th degree, which is A harmonic minor of the 5th degree. But you could also think of it playing the C major scale of the 3rd degree, just the Phrygian scale, and add the G sharp, the 3rd, making that an 8-note scale. Anything in between is fine. The next chord is the A7 chord. And it has a flat 9 in the melody, the B flat. So it would also be advisable to have it in our scale. The scale appropriate would be the D minor harmonic scale of the 5th degree. And you would just play that with a flat 9. You could also add the sharp 9 if you want to. And And the next one is the D minor scale. And this is the second degree of C. So you play Dorian, but you could also be advantageous and play D melodic minor. Nothing wrong with it. Going to the E7 again, same scale as before. And then going to the A minor, which is Aeolian, A minor 7, with a 9 and the flat 13 in the and the 4. Could play nicely pentatonic. Then going to the D7. The D7 is the second degree in C, so this is then Mixolydian with a 9. Maybe it's a D9 or D9 13 in the scale. And going then to D minor, Dorian again. Going to G7, which could be Mixolydian or altered, like in any dominant chord, which is coming then from the A flat melodic minor scale. B section, C major second again, same thing. C Ionian, E7, Phrygian with a major third. Or you could play the A minor harmonic scale. Going to the A7 again. The A7 with the flat 9, so we play D harmonic minor scale. D minor again. Dorian, or like I said before, melodic minor. And then going to the F, which is fourth degree, which is Lydian. F minor 6 or F minor, so I would play F minor 6 here. The F melodic minor scale. And then going to the C major 7 again, to E minor 7 and half bar. But you could also think of it as being 1 bar of E minor 7. Of course, E minor 7 is just an upper structure of C major 7. And you could play E pentatonic, E minor pentatonic. A7, which is interesting here, because that has the 9 in the melody. So we could play a scale which has a 9 and a flat 13. So that would be coming from the D melodic minor scale. And not the flat 9. But nothing's wrong with doing that in the improvisation. Then going D minor 7, Dorian, G7 again, Mixolydian or altered. C major 7, Ionian, then to the E flat, the whole tone half tone scale. And D minor 7, Dorian, Mixolydian or altered, C major 7. So that's it for the analysis of All of Me with hints on improvisation. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you soon here again at Lothar's Guitar School. Take care and bye-bye.